Assalamu alaikum and hello, my name is Hashima. Welcome to my channel, and if you are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the different things that have been going on in my life in the past 4 months since my last upload. This channel, I share conscious lifestyle inspiration for mind, body, and soul to transform and master the art of you. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe. So the first update is that if you are not new around here, then you know that I lived in Houston, Texas for most of my life. But my boys and I recently moved to Georgia. So in the past 2 months, we moved to Georgia, and it was a very daunting transition and move. I'm very happy. We're very happy. We love it. There's some things that we're still trying to get used to. Like, one of the major things is the roads here. It's funny as heck because I always said people drive crazy in Houston, but Georgia? What? We're near Atlanta, Georgia, but we don't live in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know why the lighting is being weird. But the driving here is crazy. I feel like every time I go out, I'm having a near-death experience, for real. 85, I think it's I-85, crazy work. But yeah, so the roads being hilly, like this, is also something that I'm getting used to because Houston is flat, okay? It is flat. Everything is a square or a rectangle, and it's completely flat, like, for real. So driving over the hills and all that. And then another thing that I'm getting used to also is paying attention to the road because the scenery is so beautiful that I just want to take it in all day and all night. Like, it's just so beautiful. The trees, it seems like the trees have different colors than they had in Houston. It's crazy. The other thing too is the weather. So I was very concerned in Houston. I literally had year-round allergies in Houston. And although I've had different, needed to take allergy pills and stuff since I've been in Georgia, it's not nearly as bad as it was in Houston. So I'm very happy about that because I was really concerned, especially with there being so many trees. And I always saw people talking about the pollen in Georgia. But it seems to be okay and a lot better than it was in Houston. The weather is surprisingly similar. It's not nearly as hot, but as far as the fluctuation of the weather it seems like it's kind of like Houston to me. But one thing that I can say is that I do feel like there are no seasons anymore, just generally in the world. So it may not be a Georgia, Houston thing. So that's that. I moved and we're still getting acclimated, adjusting and everything like that. I just didn't want to make social media, like making videos and stuff, I didn't want to not make that a priority. So I decided I was going to record a video and start uploading videos now. I didn't want to get into a routine in a new space and new living circumstances and part of the routine not be me producing content. So here I am. The next thing is I'm currently wearing one of my hijabs that I hand dyed. So if you are returning, you know that I had a hijab line and I decided to end my hijab line before moving to Georgia. Multiple reasons. I'm going to make a video about it, a separate, standalone video about it. But I decided to end my hijab line. But before, maybe about 6 to 8 months ago, I bought a bunch of supplies because I was like, I'm going hard. I'm going to make my brand bigger and just all this kind of stuff. And then just a bunch of things happened. A bunch of shifts happened mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like, a lot of things happened that I came to the conclusion that it's time to end my hijab line. The thing is that I did this last collection, which I currently still have hijabs for. So I'm going to leave a link to the hijab where you can purchase hijabs if you're interested in buying one of my last hijabs from my last collection. But yeah, I decided to end my hijab collection or line. And I just so happen to have so many blank hijabs that for me to, go ahead and start going hard with my business. So I had brought a bunch of supplies, a bunch of blank hijabs, and I call them blanks because I get them when they're solid color and then I dye them. So I had a whole bunch of blanks and I made about 150 hijabs. So it's been fun, exciting, scary, just a lot of things, but that's basically what I've been doing for this whole 2 months, making a bunch of hijabs and selling them and promoting them and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, basically I want to open up the possibility for other things to come into my life, for me to explore the other passions and interests that I have. So that's one of the main reasons that I'm ending my hijab line. But there's some others, like I said, I'll make a standalone video. But yeah, so let me see. I think that is it. Oh, so the next thing is that I want to focus very hard on my social media content and my growth on social media. I am very consistent and disciplined in different areas of my life, but in the area of social media content, I've never been truly consistent. Even since I started on YouTube, which was probably like 15 years ago, I have always had a very tumultuous journey on social media because it's been one of those things that I do when I'm inspired to do it or when I'm motivated to do it, and I let it go when I'm not, when I'm going through stuff, when I'm not really present and able to deliver, you know what I'm saying? Like the kind of things that I want to, that I'll just put it on the back burner. And those were conscious decisions that I made along the way because I always want to prioritize, you know, family life. And like, I don't want to be consistent here, but I'm not making all my prayers, or be consistent here, but my children don't feel supported or loved, or, you know what I'm saying? So it was a conscious decision, but I'm going to, now that I'm letting go of some things, I feel like I will have the mental capacity and the creative capacity to pour into this. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers quickly. And what does that even mean, really? Because I can't control who subscribes or who doesn't, or, you know, whatever. But by doing consistent content, I know that my platforms will grow. So that's what my goal is. I'm going to do the best that I can on my end, and then, you know, leave it open for Allah to do what he does for me, or what he can do for me. So that's basically, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, those are the major things. I ended my hijab line. And again, you can go and see my last collection that I posted. I have them on my Facebook and my Instagram, but I am creating a like pop-up website that's going to be temporary until the hijab sale. I did that because before I left Houston, I closed my website because I hadn't been making hijabs or anything for months upon months, but I was paying for the website, and I was just like, yeah, we're not doing that. So I closed it, but in order for me to promote and things like that, for those who are not on my Facebook or Instagram, I want them to be able to purchase. So I created a little pop-up website, and I'm excited about that because that's one of those things that's kind of like a daring move, but that's what this part of my life I feel like is for me to just test out and experiment and have fun in a way that I haven't allowed myself or haven't been able to up to this point. So yeah, I don't want this video to be long. I say that every video I say that, but I'm going to go ahead and end this video now because I do have many more videos, inshallah, that I'm going to be making and uploading where I talk about other things. But yeah, so if you are, again, interested in the type of content, or, you know, you're interested in seeing what's to come, then go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment below and let me know what you've been up to for the past like 4 months or so. And that's going to be it. Until next time, assalamu alaikum.